What about the heating and air conditioning in sound rooms? This question comes from Mike in Mount Orab, Ohio. Hey Paul, when designing your new music rooms, is there any consideration given to the heating and cooling system? While most of us cannot design our homes around this, forced air systems can be quite noisy and hinder the enjoyment of quiet pieces. Sometimes I use headphones or turn off the heat just to avoid the noise. Is there anything else I can do to mitigate the noise? Probably not. If you're stuck with forced air heating. Now, it depends. There's all kinds of things you can do if you want to spend money, right? So, look, here, just to answer your question, this is what we did. So this is a Mitsubishi, I think it's a Mitsubishi. There's a whole bunch of companies that make it. LG makes them, but they're called mini splits, and they're very, very quiet, very quiet. If you put the fan on low, you can barely hear it. It's a whisper. The compressor is on the roof, and we have one in each of the 3 listening rooms. Now, I will tell you a little bit of a story. My wife Terry is pissed at me because she doesn't want to look at that thing because it is kind of like a wart on the wall. It's kind of ugly. I give her that, but I was Mr. Logical. No, when I want it over here because whatever little noise it makes, I don't want to hear it here in the seats. So we're going to put it as far away from the seats as we can. And here's where the heat is generated, right? So put it where the heat is, put it as far away from the listening position as we can. And everybody said, no, you won't even hear it. They're so quiet. Put it back over here where you don't have to stare at it. I didn't listen. And yeah, well, you can spend a lot of your life learning how wrong you can be about stuff. And I continually have to shake my head, and I get so huffed up about it's going to be this way because it's logical. And then I don't consider all this other stuff. So that was definitely a mistake. And we're now looking at maybe moving that, which is going to cost us about $4,000 to have that removed, have the wall cut open, have the pipes brought over here, just because I was a stubborn mule. No. But for now, it's going to stay. But anyway, from a practical standpoint, that is an excellent way to go. So if you can manage that, you could get rid of the register in your house. You could go to mini splits, but that's an expensive option. If like my home and many homes here in Colorado are heated with hot water. So we have these baseboard heaters, and there's a pump, and hot water is put through the house through those registers. And that is a very quiet system, but it's very slow. So if it's cold and you come in and the house is cold and you come in from a trip and you turn that on, you're going to wait. A forced air heating system, bingo. Within minutes your house is warm. So there's an advantage, and you can add a humidifier, and so there are advantages to both. I'm not a big fan of forced air. I lived with it for years. I was raised up in Orange County, and our home in Anaheim had forced air heating, and you had to change the filters. It was always dusty, mold and stuff can grow inside of the vents. I think it's rather nasty, personally. I'm not a big fan of forced air. And when we moved into our new house, one of the things I looked for was to make sure it didn't have it, because if it did, I would have taken it out and gone to something else. Fortunately, our home has the baseboard heating. So, best I can tell you, if you can afford it, get a mini split. These are great, and put it in the right place so your wife doesn't get pissed. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.